I escaped to London as soon as I could when I was 18 in the hope to start a rock and roll band. I'm Stitch. I am the singer of a band called The Defiled from London. I grew up in a place called the Isle of Wight, which is like a little island off the coast of England. Things I miss about England is generally being able to wander to your local pub. I kind of miss that. You don't really have that here. That's kind of what I remember as a kid growing up. And you don't leave the pub until you're drunk.
Yeah.
Whereas here you can casually just have 2 bottles of beer and then you wander off down the road.
Exactly.
It's quite strange. I moved to obviously find band members, and not knowing anyone in London, it was kind of tough. Because of the way we kind of look as a band, it almost got to the point of finding people that kind of looked cool and could play, which apparently is pretty tough in London. I've always been the singer. I did drums for a while when we were kind of rehearsing stuff. Alex, who is, plays keyboard and does all the electronic stuff now, he was originally the drummer. Needles, our drummer now, is drummer number 11. So we've been through, no, he's drummer number 12 now. So we've been through quite a lot. I met Aaron, we used to work together in a shop in Camden town. The shop we worked at was a shop called Cyberdog in Camden. It was like, to think of forming a rock and roll band there is a terrible thing. The music they played there was just horrendous, hard house. It was like a club that was also a store. It was fucking horrible. You could almost make up your own songs to the hard house music. Like, you could kind of just hum your own little songs along with it and pretend that it wasn't cheesy hard house that was playing. People would use it as an after show, like as an after party, so then when they're done in a club at 6 in the morning, they would roll to the shop. There'd be a queue of people waiting outside the shop because they had like a dance floor and a bar at the front of the shop.
Oh my Jesus.
We used to roll in just stoned and be like, oh, these people.
Tell us about your kitty. We've seen pictures.
Yeah, I kind of...
What's his name?
My cat's name is Maurice. He's the bane of my life, pretty much. I don't think I could ever have kids purely because if they're as bad as he is, then it's just not worth doing. He has no balls and no wiener anymore, poor little guy. He's a eunuch now. They made a new slit. Yeah, it's weird. Style-wise, I guess, just like rock and roll guys, I guess, really. We're not just generic metalers. We don't walk around in, I was going to say band t-shirts, but I'm wearing a band t-shirt, day in, day out. We dress like this every day. It's not like a thing that we put on each day. Just like a more over-the-top version of ourselves. You can't just suddenly be like, I'm going to be metal now and I'm going to go a big beard and be metal. So we are kind of a strange bunch of guys, strange-looking bunch of guys. We're basically just a bunch of goths. And we have no shame in admitting it. If I hadn't found music, I'd probably be a football player, to be honest. I actually did 1 year of being a carpenter with my dad, only so I could save up money to move to London to start a band, to start another band that wasn't on the Isle of Wight. My first, I guess the best moment of, my first musical moment I remember as a kid was I went to Florida on holiday when I was 8 or 9 years old, and my dad's, a massive fan of Rolling Stones and The Cult and Tom Petty and stuff like that. So he used to listen to the rock station every time we went on holiday to Florida. And I remember there was this one band, they kept on playing over and over again. And the band was Nirvana and the song was Smells Like Teen Spirit. And that literally, I'd say that song literally changed my life quite dramatically. Getting back to England and just listening to it religiously on headphones, not knowing what the hell it was, like it totally blew my mind as like a little kid. That was my first defining moment, I guess. That just changed everything for me personally. And I guess it changed, a whole generation of kids as well. It's still, to me, the best album that's ever been written by quite a distance. I guess the hardest part of being in a band is, I guess, touring. Like, you either love it or you hate it. I mean, our ex-drummer just hated it. He's an awesome guy, amazing drummer, and wanted to do this as a living. But it takes a certain individual to be able to go in a van for 6 weeks not showering, being, you know, poor and skint and tired and hungover all the time. It does take a certain person to be able to take that. It's the shows that make it all worthwhile. I mean, all the crap that happens in the daytime is, you know, it's just, you have to get over that to at least be rewarded with the show. If the show is crap, then doing the Unspoken video was quite strange for us because we've never like acted in a video before. Every video we've ever done is like us with guitars playing, so that's kind of a piece of piss to do. But I think we did all right. Like, I hope that we did all right.
You guys did great.
Yeah, it was a bit weird to do. For like 2 hours, me and Alex just running around. And then the other band members come in and they drag us off and start torturing us. I remember biting Aaron's hand at one point when he put it in my face. He bit me a few times, which was a bit strange. It's just kind of a grotesque, horrible looking video, which is kind of what we've wanted to do this whole time. At the moment, I'm totally obsessed by Sons of Anarchy. I'm well late to the game whilst watching this, but my wife is doing extra work on the show at the moment. She got a call to do it a few weeks ago, so I kind of thought, oh, maybe I should watch this to see what, you know, what she's doing. And it's fucking awesome. That and Breaking Bad, when that guy got blew up, that was perfect. Yeah. When that finished, just out of my chair, like, yes!
Yeah.
Like, I remember my wife was away and I called her like, oh shit!
Yeah, it was pretty.
And now I kind of, when they started it again, I was like, oh.